Although I'm going to have some admin to do later. Oh, and now my head's gone off. Blimey, Charlie. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. Hang on. There we go. Oh. Oh. That's working as usual. Oh. Dear me. Right. Ah, dear. I wish I could whistle. I shouldn't do that. There we go. How am I doing that? What's going on? Right. Where were we? Nowhere. I hadn't really got started. Can we just... Ooh. What was that? Anyway. Right. A bit more face. There. Perfect. And, can't really do with that, can I? Okie dokie. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Penetrating the Void with me, your host Jack Little. We've done all that. Right, let's see. What we're going to do today is have a little trip to a little place called, unsurprisingly, Maya. Oh, bit of a lick. But I don't mind a lick every now and then. Yeah. So, what are we looking at? Oh, coitus. That's a bit of a way, isn't it? Right. Well, start as you mean to go on, that's what I say. And also, put me blooming window back. There we go. Right. Have I got a scoop? I do not appear to have one. Let's see. Zen, you're having trouble with the update also. Tell me more. Oh, itchy leg. Oh dear, that's bad. Oh, that'll be raw in the morning. Let's see. Outfitting, internal optionals. Oh, look. What should we have? 2C. Oh, good to hear. Oh yes, well, can't say anything more about that. Bloody Google autofill, isn't it? Ugh, blimey. Plays havoc with me privacy. Anyway. Should just check my route. Is actually set up for drinkies. Because I'm not sure it is set up for drink keys. I see. Economy. No. Star class. Yes. There we go. Oh, excuse me. Right.
Docking clamps retracted. Depart when ready, Commander.
Oh, good. More leaps. I'll tell you what. Yes, you're quite right. I might get a little extra leaping in if I go for a lighter shield.
Landing gear retracted.
So, ooh, I have mail. Yes, yeah.
Scan detected.
Oh, I love these.
All clear. Watch your 6, Commander.
Again with the 6. Good lord. Had enough of that last time. Right, I know I'm clean. Not touched a drop in years. More's the pity. Ugh. Right. Forculus. My sentiments exactly.
Cannot comply.
What? Hard points deployed. Don't want that. Pull those little puppies in. Probably ditch those too.
Frameshift drive charging.
Not really looking for combat in this thing. Well, I'd like to tell you, but I'm afraid the Gimp has sworn me to secrecy. Pending an internal investigation. But repairs are needed. Let's just leave it at that, shall we? It's not like I talked the harness down. Oh, irrational exuberance. That sounds like a fun place to hang out. Oh dear. It's always important to go into a lateral beam. Preferably bolted on the far side of the beam, which allows the weight, the full weight, to be taken by the top of the beam rather than just the friction of the. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, all that ahead of me. Whew. Shoe polish. You know, I think it's the first ladder I've ever bought. I mean, my first real ladder, obviously. I didn't get on with my step ladder. My step ladder. Real ladder, step ladder. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's great. Is there not much to do at the Gnosis? Isn't any science you could be getting on with in the meantime? I will look for a more powerful FSD while I'm here too. I think it's just a B or a C I've got in at the moment. Oh. Are you excited? Ugh, I'd be excited. Where's it going? Do we know? Have they said? into the Thargoid heartland. Hello. So yes, I think what happened earlier was that
Start Kruger Juliet Alpha Charlie. This is an independent star system, Commander. Request docking permission prior to touching down.
ooh, what's at Haiti sector AQY D81? Or is it a secret? A mystery? The galaxy yet to raise its skirts. No, sorry, no, family show. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Be like Prometheus 2. Yep, well spotted. Thanks, everyone.
Access granted. Adjust heading for approach to badge 4-4.
4-4. My favorite number. I'm glad that they're getting that sorted.
Attention. Deploy landing gear.
Oh, she's so caring. Oh, right. Let's see what we can do here.
Landing successful. Clear to disembark.
I do love the smell of a new dash, don't you? Factory fresh, this. Lovely. Right. Core internal. There you see, it's just a C. Of course, we might not be able to afford much more. I'm not. No, they've got nothing. They've got nothing. Boo and bum and we. Never mind. Right, let's get rid of our pews. Thank you, thank you, I'll let you know. Oh, look at the little thing. There we go, up to 16.5 already. Optional internal. Shield generator. Tempted to go without the, I know. A church without pews, then? I won't stand for it! I won't! Ah. Dear me. They don't get better, do they? Right, bum. What am I doing here? Shield generator. Oh, what do you say? Yeah. That's interesting. So I've got a 4E. If I have a 3D. I don't understand it, but I'm going to do it. There we go. That's a catchphrase I'm working on. I don't understand it, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's a life motto thing. Right. No. Oh, blow me tight. Thank you. let's re-navigate properly. Because this didn't work automatically last time, and I don't know if it's a thing or a... There. Well, that felt different. Did it feel different to you? There we go, back down to 38. Splendid. It is pretty lit, yes. Prop Gen working overtime on that one, I think.
Ship released. You're clear to leave.
Landing gear retracted.
Thank you, flight lady. Oh, please adjust your speed. The white bay is for loading and unloading only. Well, there we are. Just in case. Yeah, that's better. Ooh.
All clear.
Freckley, welcome. Come closer, come closer. Yes. I think we're ready. Press the magic button. How are you, Freckley? You're on a bit of a, what's the word? What is it? Not pilgrimage. Oh, it's not journey, but you know, it's in that ballpark. Journey, of course, from the French journée, meaning something that takes all day. Yeah. Bit of etymology there. Never did me any harm.
Fuel scooping.
Zen will back me up.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Yeah. What does aujourd'hui mean? As a stinker. Go on, Zen. Tell chat what aujourd'hui means. Fucking, I'm so... Good lord. A little F-bomb crept in there. I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes, I know it means today, but break it down. What does it literally mean? This is classic, this is...
4, 3, 2.
Sorry, that came out a little terse. You know what I mean. It's fun, that's what I mean. There we go.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift
You see,
drive charging.
your old school French for today was oui, yeah. Yeah, here it comes. This is good. Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. They used to say we, as I understand it, as Michel Thomas instructed me, on compact disc. is that we was basically used as today, but it got a bit confusing
Fuel sweeping.
in conversations where... Yeah. That is old, as you say, ass French, yes.
Fuel sweeper disengaged.
As I had it explained to me, they would differentiate oui from oui, meaning yes, by saying, or using the phrase aujourd'hui, because otherwise you'd say, are we meeting him tomorrow? And then somebody would say, today, meaning today, but would he understand as saying, yes, we are meeting him tomorrow? Maybe get confusing. So you'd clarify with aujourd'hui. What would that be? Nous allons... No, hang on. Nous allons... Nous allons rendre... Nous allons... Oh, blame me tight. Nous allons lui rendre... Demain. Yeah. Ooh. So yeah, that's a little bit of French there for you tonight. Somebody wanted a little French, so I gave it to them. There. But Zen's, you know, Zen speaks it like a native.
4, 3, 2, 1.
You sure did. I know. I was a little tease then. Little tease. You know me.
Fuel sweeping.
Vous me savoir. Vous me savoir? This is the problem, you see. I always doubt myself. Running a little hot. Now, what was Mr. Earl like? I had an awful French teacher and a wonderful French teacher.
Taking heat damage.
Back in the day.
Sweeper disengaged.
Je suis désolé, mais je pense que les autres oh dear. Ne comprendraient pas vous. That was awful.
Frameshift drive charging.
Si tu veux. That's the other thing as well, is that when I'm trying to pass some French, you see, if you'd asked me to say what was the French for if you like, I would have struggled, even though I know all the bits, I would have struggled to get to si tu veux, because it somehow sounds silly.
4, 3, 2,
Oh, thanks. I was a bit stuck on the verb there, because it sort of would... Yeah. Wouldn't understand... But that was right, wasn't it? No. Yeah, anyway. We'll workshop it. Let's Zen. How's that? We've lost viewers. Il ne comprend rien, quoi. Ah. Oh, but the, do you sound the on at the end there? Comprendre rien? Or is it just comprendre? Comprendre. Comprendre.
Fuel suit disengaged.
Quite shocked at how much of an ending sometimes isn't pronounced.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think the most enjoyable, well, not most enjoyable, but one of the enjoyable things is
Ready to engage.
you really have to start picking apart what you're actually saying in English in order to pass it into French. So, yeah. C'est fou. C'est fou, Monsieur Hatcher.
Fuel sweeping.
Archer. Archer? But,
Warning. Temperature critical.
as I understand it, it's a,
Fuel suit disengaged.
it's a, what is it? I can't think of the word now. But the, tense, there we go. It's a tense that seems to confuse us English people quite a bit when learning. But it's like one of the first things we learn is voudrais. I think even Michel Thomas doesn't actually join the dots for you there, that voudrais is the, whatever it is, of vous. So later on he's teaching vous, and then he goes on to teach that tense. Doesn't know what point to say, this is easy to remember because you just think of the relationship between vous and voudrais, and Bob's your auntie, Fanny's your aunt, Hang on, I've got two aunts there. Oh. So anyway, that's a little tip there
Temperature critical.
from a rubbish French speaker to a person who is basically French. Yeah. And we can split our infinitives too. What's the other thing? Oh, but you can do the whole present tense in the future thing, which is epic. Because no one's gonna, get confused by that. Yeah.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Oh. Yeah.
Warning. Taking heat damage.
The CD course I did, they
Disengaged.
they have like the basic and the advanced. The advanced is basically just all the other tenses, basically. Any tenses you haven't done, there's like 19 of them. Terrifying. Ooh. Yeah. I think that, again, that's something that throws a lot of English people when they're learning French, if, is sort of scaling it down in a way, you know. So I think to some extent we have a problem
Frameshift drive charging.
almost believing that you would say I walk and never there isn't a form of I am walking. You'd never be able to do that in French. You would never say and now I realise I can't remember what walking is. Oh dear. But yeah, you sort of there's a sense of reducing it almost, and it's not across the board because, as you said, with I've come a long way for what's in my hold. Oh, I do have blue. I forgot I had some stuff there. Oh, I should probably ditch that just to be on the. So I mean, he's welcome to it, but I'd rather have the money, thank you. Oh. Come on, Jack. Bring it home. There we go. Je suis en train de marcher.
Disengaged.
Just sort of, I'm in the middle of walk. I saw je suis en train in a tweet. So it's like you're in the midst of walking, as it were. I assume that's what it meant anyway. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
So we have this idea in English, which I'm sure you probably know, Zen, that because the infinitive is one word in most languages, certain ill-advised grammarians in English decided that it was improper to stick a word between to and the verb in our infinitive form, which has never been a rule. And these days is only ever as a matter of style. And a way of being sniffy about Star Trek. As if one was short of reasons to be sniffy about Star Trek. Oh yes, actually. That'll do. Ooh. Oh, no, this is the other problem with Michel Thomas, is that he doesn't really bother with naming anything, because I think the way he saw it was that that's just more stuff to remember. So hit me with the subjunctive, and I'll tell you if I've done it. I mean, I will have done it, I think, technically, but whether it's still in there is another question. So, I know we did ska, which was essentially that. So it'd be, c'est important que, but, oh, I see. So subjunctive is. So it's not specifically that whatever comes after that is subjunctive, it's just in this instance. You be careful. Is it? Oh, that's a blooming lag, eh? C'est important que. C'est important que vous soyez prudent. Soyez, good lord. That does not ring one bell. Soyez. Well, that could be me, you know. Or it could be Michelle. So you could be, lucky.
Star Kruger, Juliet Alpha Charlie. This is flight control. Please note that access to the station is by authorization only.
Crikey. At some point I'm going to go through the second course again, I think. Because I suspect that is in there, but it just sort of bounced
Access
off.
granted. Press for arrival on landing pad 44.
It's something like 8 CDs in the first course, and then, which is like the present tense and the future tense. As if there's only one of those. And,
Scan detected.
I don't think we even get onto the past tense in that. And then everything else in about 3 or 4 discs. Yeah. I keep meaning to read up on Michel Thomas, because it sounds like he had a fascinating life. Are they used much in French, in sort of native French?
Contact. Clear to disembark.
Won't be engineering for a while. There you are. Get rid of me pirate bait. Yes. Contemporary literature or the old stuff? Because I think we've got a lot of English that we don't really use anymore. Yeah. I think one of the things that's puzzled me is this sort of notion that French was the language of the aristocrats, and at the same time that it came over and fertilized English, shall we say, with the Norman invasion. And I'm sort of left wondering, well, how did it do that if it was the language of the aristocrats, you know? And then what were the French speaking that weren't aristocrats? And I've got it all written down somewhere, I should check it out. Yep, still no dice. And it's quite a, or at least the impression I get now anyway, is that it's quite a sort of prescriptive language, or rather the relation. We have this sort of thing over here where every so often the OED will just bung in a few extra words and prune out a few of the old ones, and it's not. It's all very much, you know, the dictionary is the tail and the language is the dog, but with the French it seems to be slightly more, you know, no, this is how it's done. You know, the dictionary is more prescriptive. It's the dog and the speakers are the tail, which can't be right, but there we are. Oh Lord, sorting socks has got to be the worst sort of, not the worst. The worst is hoovering, we all know that. But you know, it's just like, oh, I went through a phase of buying just the same, more or less the same black socks, because it occurred to me that no one really notices if black socks don't actually match. And now I've gone the other way and I have multicolored socks, but one pair of each, because then that's it. Actually, the easiest thing to match. Yes. It's not as widely taught as it perhaps should be, but the playwright Samuel Beckett wrote in French, which I'm sure you know, but I think a lot of English people, British people, don't really know. If more, I'm sure more people. Hang on, that's mathematically obvious. I was going to say more people have heard of Samuel Beckett than are aware that he wrote in French, but that would have to be the case, wouldn't it? Because you'd only need one. I'll stop talking. I can think of more fun punishments than sock sorting. Now there's a thought. That's all I need. And there's outfitting at the other end. What the hell? Haha. We'll have to swap notes at FX, frankly. Right. Oh, hello. What's going on? Am I in something? Ah. Excuse me. Got to hold my head still. Otherwise this won't work. There. There, back in the game. I inadvertently pulled a cable. And to be fair, I think most English people don't really appreciate that a heck of a lot of English is French. They tend to assume, which is, I suppose, natural, that it's the other way around. Primacy bias or something. Of course, we teach, or used to teach French terribly wrongly. I don't know how they teach it now. Oh yes, the dreaded borrow words. Ah, it's a natural thing, isn't it? And as I like to say, English is the de facto lingua franca. It's a very funny joke. You're welcome. I'm sure this is supposed to happen automatically, you know. Oh, 27. Shaved some more off. And also forgot to put my window back. Oh. There we go. Ooh. This is quite a road trip.
Ship released. Engines engaged.
Oh dear. I think we're in trouble here. Hang on. Right. Let's kill the shields.
Shields offline. Thrusters online.
Right. I was a little bit overzealous there in trimming me power.
This is a no-fire zone, Commander. Store your weapons immediately.
Weapons. Oh dear. Let's just see if we can actually move like this. Let's see. Nothing in front, so... What have we just done to ourselves? We can lose that. Life support. No, let's keep it. Yes. Fuel scope, yes. Sensors, cockpit canopy. Don't think that has an effect. Nope. That's a bit odd, isn't it? Oh, I see, because that's right. Okay. I follow you. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to sort that out now, aren't I? Oh.
You have left the no-fire zone. Flight control signing off.
What are you doing?
Landing permitted. Set down on landing pad 19er.
No, I think we've lost time rather than saved it there. Never mind. Oh, 10:11. Oops. I'm sure they would have done. I would have done.
Landing gear retracted.
Oops. I never stowed them.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh dear. See dear. Well spotted, Zen. Yes, I have a slight power problem. I can't have shields and move.
Landing successful. Commence system shutdown.
Trying to maximize my jump range, you see. And I'm not really using much energy, so I sort of downscaled the power generator and I was a little overzealous. Right. Core internal. Ooh. There you are. Yeah. That should get the job done. Hang on. Oh.
Shields online.
Oh, we're back. Very good. Pop, pop, pop. Yes, no, I remember struggling. No, hang on. Who am I? Yes, the Gimp. The Gimp struggled a little with his Python. In fact, I think it took an engineer eventually to sort it out, but yeah. It sort of made sense, but he'd have a shield boosters, three shield boosters going, and if he had to pop his weapons out, he'd have to switch one of the boosters off. Which was fine, you know. Sort of more shielding for running away than for fighting. Which sort of makes sense, but sort of also doesn't make sense. No refueling on 10. Right. Oh dear, and we've got to do this again. Who's sure there's not a button for this? Oh, I wonder. Aha. That's a little quicker. You're welcome, Jester. You've missed a great deal. It does sound like friendship, doesn't it? I thought that was just a cute thing, and then,
Ship detach complete. Departure authorized.
and then after a while I stopped hearing anything else. It's like those misheard lyrics, you know? I've got candy in my ears tonight, Big Ben. Yes. Which is, of course, from Jerimaquai. Oh, look at that. Wondrous vista. I've done it again. Oh. Oh dear. It's this, me stray hand, you see.
Safe travels, Commander.
If I can just... There we go. Oh dear. Bit of alien hand syndrome there. Which is a real condition, look it up. Now we're back. I think... Oh, I need to reset. Oh, my word. So much admin today. Still again. What do you mean under a tank? What's under? Are you under a tank? I don't think you should be under a tank, Jester.
Frameshift drive charging.
Ooh, I'm sitting on the blasted cable, that's the problem. Oh, there we go. All the slack in the world down there now. Yeah.
Fuel skipping.
Well, the best Darwin Awards are posthumous. And listen, do they do Darwin Awards the other way? Because they should, you know. People have children through extraordinary circumstances.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two,
I don't know. All of this just to see a space alien. Ugh. Could be. The nether regions of the Cern Abyss Giant. That's a popular one. That's true. From an evolutionary perspective, we've made things rather easy on ourselves, haven't we? Keeping nice and cool. Oh. Very good, Zen. You flipped it.
Fuel scooping complete.
That's on the other side of this. There we are. Oh. Hello, little fellow. How long have you been up there? I want to see a dentist, you know. Do something about those front teeth. Oh. Hang on. Oh. Nose boop. Nose boop. Nose boop. There we go. Oh. Sorry. Found a little friend up there.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
That didn't work. There we go. Let's pop that there. Oh. I think we got away with it.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oopsie. Where are you going? Should be doing more of that too.
Frameshift
There we
drive
go.
charging.
Cash in the bank. Very nearly.
Four, three, two,
I am in a dolphin. Yes, I'm in the mighty Segway. I'm doing some, well, last, in the Sunday stream, I was doing a spot of taxiing. That's my new thing, taxiing. I picked up a chap by the name of George Hubbard, who wanted to,
fuel scoop disengaged.
who wanted to see a visitor beacon from a long way away.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes, wheels within wheels, Jester. Like the circles that you find in the windmills of your mind. Yeah, George was a giggle, wasn't he? Laid back. Well, I like that. You know, he was a VIP, but, you know, fine with economy class. Doesn't mind slumming it with us lot. Us proles. Yes, he was a good egg. And he enjoyed my company. Ooh. That's a small one. What's going on there? How queer. It's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think we're getting further away. Right round.
3, 2, 1.
Like a record, baby. George's tip was more than adequate in the end. Yes. Most satisfying.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, Kuchalasvat. It's got a sort of an Indian lilt to it, hasn't it? Now there's a language we've inherited some words from, eh? Pajama, Juggernaut, Paka, I think. No. He was so pleased with my service, Jester, that he gave me a little something extra. Cha, yes, very good. Yes. Any more for any more? Obviously, you know. I mean, Char's good, but let's not go down the whole, you know. Cuisine range. Lovely as it is. Is it the Balti that was originally cooked up in hubcaps? Yes, they gave us Spike Milligan, and I was going to say Richard E. Grant, but I think he was South African. Yes. I met Spike, you know, in his dotage. Quite strange. I mean, you know, he was quite strange. But, you know, good lord. Those chaps.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
In Bangladesh. Is it... You see, I've got this thing in my head that the first Balti dishes were cooked up in hubcaps. And that's what Balti literally means. But that can't be right. I'm pretty sure that can't be right. We need a team of researchers, that's what we need.
Frameshift
Yes.
charging.
Oh, I think we're about to break a record. Ish.
4, 3, 2.
Did you see him out and about? That's a lovely fact, Jester, and it's a lovely sentence. Avatar is a Sanskrit word. It has a lovely rhythm to it, doesn't it? My word.
Fuel scooping.
Are we familiar with the works and the man that is Ivor Cutler? I met him on a sort of a book tour. He brought out like a collection of things. He must have been, I think, well into his 70s. Uh-oh. I think Zen's gone bye-byes. He was quite frail. And a little bit, you know, some old people get that kind of lag, you know? But still, bloody hell, you know?
Complete.
Nerd is Sanskrit. Telling me next that Jarv is Romany.
Frameshift drive charging.
Does it have the same meaning in Sanskrit?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back, Zen. You look refreshed. There's a twinkle about your eyes. Well, we'll try and relax you. Nard. But you know, etymologically speaking, that's not much of a leap, is it?
Complete.
It's starburst now, Jester. Did I do that? This is the problem with scooping and banging. Gonging. Sorry. Yes.
Frameshift drive charging.
So is Sapphire related to Sapphic? Asking for a friend.
4, 3, 2, 1. Fuel scooping.
Yes, sort of forget that the planets are gods, in a way.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
You know. Uranus, Jupiter. I mean, obviously, one knows intellectually that they're named after gods, but the sort of notion that those gods were gods, if that makes sense. Oh dear, I think I might be tired too, Zen.
Frameshift drive charging.
What's Welsh for Zen, though? That's what I want to know. I've said that before, but I still want to know.
4, 3, 2.
I'll just rest here for a moment. Don't mind me. Back on. There we go. Honk.
Fuel scooping.
Scoop. It is, sir. Well done. Illustrated by Dave McKean, who I also have met. I've not met John Cale, though, but I've seen him live. Oh, I should tell the, yes. It was, in Canterbury, actually, in the same shop that I met Spike Milligan. Neil Gaiman had come in to do a book signing, and the book was American Gods. There you go. And Canterbury being Canterbury, Dave McKean, Kentish dweller. In fact, he did the postcard artwork and menu artwork for the Mexican restaurant Café des Amis. And they sell postcards, don't know if it's still there even, but they sold little collections of postcards and of this essentially quite reasonably rare Dave McKean artwork. And yeah, so sort of Neil Gaiman's there doing his stuff, and all the chairs out, and in the front row, Dave McKean, and I spot Dave. And I've, admirer of him, and very big fan of Cage's wonderful work. Very moving in places. And, what ho, Sparky? Yes, and it was actually quite spooky because Dave had brought friends and family along, and of course these were people that he uses as models when he's drawing. So not only was in the front row there Dave McKean, but all these characters from Cage's. It was really quite something. Very strange. Anyway, that's the Dave McKean story. Yes. How are you, Sparky?
Fuel scooping complete.
We're on our way to Bat Country.
Frameshift drive charging.
Strikey, didn't see you slip in. How are you doing?
Fuel scooping.
What's Jester's fault? No, you don't have to watch if you don't want to, Shrike. I'm not going to force your eyes open. Oh, that's very kind of you, M. Curtains. Oh, Jester does like punishing. Has he got some socks for you to sort out? Slightly unfair callback there.
Fuel scooping complete.
Ooh.
Frameshift drive charging.
With you or at you?
Ready to engage. 4, 3.
That's appreciated, Jester. Yes. We're not laughing at you, Shrike. We're laughing in your direction. It's the pointing that hurts the most, isn't it? Oh, has anyone been counting these jumps?
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, I've managed to avoid that, I think, so far.
4, 3, 2, 1.
In fact, it's occurred to me that I've not actually lost a ship yet. Admittedly, this is mainly because I have a rather risk-averse playstyle. Thank you, Spark. In fact, I may be taking matters into my own hands if we make it to Maya with time to spare. Which is unlikely, to be honest. Oh well, yes, no. The beard's been singed on more than a couple of occasions, but yes, that's the plan, Spark. You see, my mission, should I choose to accept it, is to pick up some salvage from some
Scooping complete.
Imperial ships. Gosh, 13 jumps still. Oh, bad.
Frameshift drive charging.
He became the teacher. The circle is complete.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, Zen. Oh, Zen, I'm so sorry. Just say the dog ate the USB stick. Oh la la. I don't think so. No. Right.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Garnicky. I like these dinky little lights. They're very snazzy. Oh, and Sparky, look. Look up here.
3, 2, 1.
There's a cute little snake. I can't reach him, but I would like to boop his nose.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah. It's a good name. It's a good name for an FDL. I think if I have an FDL, I'll call it ABBA. That's just about a joke. Oh, we're going into the dark region now.
Fuel scooping complete.
Yes.
Frameshift drive charging.
This always makes me laugh, this system, Zen. Yeah? Yeah? It makes me laugh out loud. Yeah? Yeah, Zen? Zen? Do you get it? Do you get it? Hmm? This always makes me laugh, this region. He gets it, he gets it. No, it's just a joke for Zen, that one, I think. Yeah? Yeah? MDR? Yeah? 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 He's probably, no. There we go. See, Zen's on board. There is a fact sheet available with this Twitch stream. You'll be pleased to know. Oh dear.
Frameshift drive charging.
See, MDR is sort of French for LOL. Mot de rire. Die of laughter. I assume.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yep. And it will be on the exams, Jester, so do pay attention. We can pick one up from my desk at the end of the lesson. Ooh, it's like being back at space school. Marvelous. What are you doing? There we go.
Disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Ooh, single figures. Very good.
4,
Yes.
3, 2, 1.
Now, must remember to dock in Maya before I go alien hunting. Oh. Steady up. Oh dear.
Fuel scooping.
Let's just ease off on the potatoes. Oh, Oh, I will get to Maya. I think I'm very nearly in the, let's not bother refueling, window. So once I've done that, I'll be able to zoom along at the hurry up. And, possibly that'll be it, I think. But we can start our hunt in earnest. Ooh, possibly on Friday. Yeah, bonus stream. Oh, there we go.
Fuel scooping complete.
And what does abracadabra mean, Jester? That's a good one. I don't think it's Sanskrit, but it might be.
Frameshift
It's
drive
very
charging.
old anyway, whatever it is. I've been tricked before. It's that singing chap, isn't it? Rick Ashtray. Abracadabra is of unknown origin. Good lord. But is it of unknown meaning?
Frameshift drive charging.
That's the thing.
Four, three, two,
Oh, I see what you did there, Zen. Yes. Blimey. I got a little confused because, of course, it is related to the, yeah. I mean, the system is, isn't it? Quite heavily related to them.
fuel scoop disengaged.
Them curtains, are the socks done? You've left us on tenterhooks. Where's the button gone? There we go.
Drive charging.
I create like the word. There. Beautiful, isn't it? Yes. Yes, which is sort of, I suppose ties in with that whole notion of the world being brought into being through speech, through language. In the beginning was the Word, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. All of that. So really, it's quite a powerful concept.
Scooping.
And now it's just a sort of a silly little joke that imaginary magicians say.
Frameshift drive charging.
I think what you have to do now, MC, is just pair them up if they kind of look like they work together, you know? Don't go by colour, go by feel. And once you're through with that, yeah, just whatever just kind of comes together in a sort of a jazz fusion-y sort of way. Or just bung out all of the odd ones. Or ask Freckly where she's hidden them.
Fuel scooping.
Now that does surprise me, Chester.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
That it's AD, current era. Ooh.
Frameshift drive charging.
Have you looked inside some of the socks for other socks?
Four, three, two,
When you turn a sock inside out, is the sock being turned inside out? Or do we, the universe, end up inside the sock? That's a troubling thought. Imagine it.
fuel
The whole of the universe in one of M. Curtin's socks.
fuel scoop disengaged.
My word. It is fractal. The British coastline is infinite. It all comes down to how big a ruler you've got.
Frameshift
Yes.
charging.
But of course, there are different orders of infinity, aren't there? Some infinities are bigger than others. So, although the coastline of Britain is infinite, it's not,
Four,
That infinity is not as big as the infinity of the coastline of Australia. Yes. Yes. You see, there are an infinite number of floating point numbers between 0 and 1. But there are also an infinite number of floating numbers between 1 and 2. Therefore, there must be twice as many infinite numbers between 0 and 2. Yeah.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Indeed, Shrike, indeed. So really, we've got all of these infinities all over the shop, and they're all different sizes.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yes.
4, 3, 2,
Well, I think mathematicians talk about orders of infinity. So, infinity is infinity, but yeah, there are sort of notions of different orders of infinity. But I'm not really the man for such questions.
fuel scooping.
Just a maybe.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Oh, no, what was that? Oh, hang on. No, it's gone. Oh, that's a shame.
Frameshift drive charging.
Oh, Shrike. It's not accepted that something divided by 0 is infinity.
Fuel scooping.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's more like mathematicians trying to establish
Disengaged.
qualities of infinity. Oh, look. Hello, hello. Teeming with life. Right. Where are you? Right. Quick to a save point. Yes. Oh, I'm trying to think of a thing now. It's a proof, and it involves 0.0000 and an infinite number of zeros and then a 1. And then a 2 and then a 3 and so on. I can't remember. It's a very funny proof anyway. It'll probably come to me at 3 o'clock in the morning. I shall awake in a cold sweat, numbers filling me visog. Oh, have we not done that yet? There. We're getting into dangerous territory now. Good lord. Busy, busy, busy.
Star Kruger, Juliet Alpha Charlie. Please comply with flight regulations as you approach the station, Commander.
Always.
Access denied. Resubmit within range.
Ooh, a little bit previous there. With me request a little bit too forward. There we go.
Request approved. Set down on landing pad 28.
There's an online implementation of that sort of thing, which you can dig out. It's sort of creepy, and it's quite existential in many ways. But it's supposedly an infinite sequence of letters, of random letters, and you type in a phrase such as Jester D is a wonderful human being, and then it'll say, oh yes, that's on page such and such and such and such, line 3, and gives you a little link, and up it comes, and there it is. It's strange is what it is. I think I would stay docked and sulk if that happened. Where am I going? 28. Oh, good. Always like being able to see the number before you've come through the slot, don't you? Yes. Right.
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, how stuck can one make oneself? Oh, no. There we go.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged.
Ooh. Did I get a message earlier? Have I been remiss? Oh. Hang about. Oh. Do what, love? Oh, I see. I've obviously hit a threshold. I've crossed the Rubicon. Oh, excuse me. Right. Well, I think that's me done for this stream. Yes. So, in the next exciting the next insightful extolment, we will be pursuant of Thargoids, and that will be happening possibly on Friday. Who knows? Yes. So, thank you again, M. Curtains, and Freckly Fem, and Jester D, and Zen Archer, and Shrike, and everybody. Thank you also, obviously, to Steve Kirby for making me the man I am. And until we meet again, fly safe and stream out.